Hello, and welcome to the Fittest Fat Kid You Know, the show that tries to help grow your fitness along with mine, me, Bruce, the fittest fat kid you know. For the YouTube, I want to introduce my dog, Mikey, who is slightly in frame. He absolutely would not leave me alone, so he is going to spend this entire recording in my arms, looking as cute as this little monster possibly can.
Playing for sympathy. Always
Definitely.
with the dog.
Always willing to make this little guy earn his keep. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, if my video is glitching out like crazy, it's because I made the mistake of upgrading my computer to Windows 11, and I'm not able to roll it back until after I'm done editing this. But if things look weird, that's the reason. And if you want my opinion and you have not asked for it, don't upgrade to Windows 11. Wait for a couple service patches for it to get all the bugs worked out, which is not relevant to fitness, but relevant to your computer health. And we care about that too. And joining me, as always, it's Uncle Coach. Hey, Randy.
What's up, Bruce?
I am sick. I am deadly sick.
Account for yourself.
I shall account for myself. Even though I was sick, this week, first off to start, the weigh-in.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, I did not have the progress I would have hoped. My weight went from 247 to today, 248.6.
Okay.
I was in ketosis all week, and my blood levels were fine. So I don't have much of an accounting for it. However, this week, as I said, I've been sick.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't moved as much as I would have liked. Last week, I said I wanted to work out 3 times, and I wanted to walk 3 days for 3 miles. The walking didn't happen at all. I got in 2 workouts.
Mm-hmm.
The first workout I had to cut short because I ran up against a time constraint. And the second workout was the full workout I wanted to do. And I'm still sore from it. And I did it while I was sick.
So progress was made.
Progress was made.
Okay.
Diet-wise, I ate keto. Though the one thing that I did that might be subject to interpretation is this past weekend, because I was sick and to some degree miserable, I got my favorite Indian meal delivered. And I actually had it a couple times. Mm-hmm. And that was sag paneer as well as chicken tikka masala. Mm-hmm. Now, I've tested my blood after eating it, and it didn't disrupt what I was doing. I was still fine in ketosis. However, chances are it gave me more calories than I needed at any given time.
Doesn't sound like a huge sin. I think we could probably absolve you.
Thank you. I was losing sleep.
Trial and error, buddy.
That was how my week went. Last week, we gave you a primer on how to start keto. But the reality is this podcast is not about the keto lifestyle. That happens to be the lifestyle I'm living at the moment. This is about how to get your fitness going. And we wanted to make it a little bit more general for everybody. So this week, we're just going to give you like a little dietary tip. If you found yourself not sure where to start, you don't know what diet to do, and you're not ready to commit to one, don't. Start simple. Start small. Start by removing refined carbohydrates out of your diet. That doesn't mean go low carb. That doesn't mean go no carb. That means try to remove things with extra sugar. Try to find things that have higher amounts of fiber in them. That simple step will do quite a bit just simply to help get you started.
I agree.
So this week, I got into my dungeon gym twice, which, considering that I'm not feeling great, I was proud of. Now, the workout that I did was a full body workout. It wasn't particularly strenuous, but I certainly felt it afterwards. So this week, I want to talk about how do you start? How do you pick back up? Maybe you fell off your routine. Maybe you never really had one. And you've been thinking about getting your body moving again, but there's just something about it that feels overwhelming or like an insurmountable obstacle in front of you, and you don't know how to start. Randy, how do we start?
Well, when you told me this was going to be the topic, I wrote down a couple of things, tried to keep it simple. The first one is to have a training partner. Now, you've elected to train solo, which you're pretty good at, I'm pretty good at. But I think for most people, it helps to be a part of a class, or at least have a partner who you can make an appointment with so you can get to the gym, if for no other reason than not to disappoint your buddy, not to let your partner down.
The pressure of accountability.
Yeah, and if it gives you a specific appointment every day, like, hey, meet me at Planet Fitness at 3, we're going to go for 45 minutes, and then we're done no matter what. Have a hard out so you know that it's not going to drag on forever. Put a little time pressure on it so that you don't just hang out all day. Second one I put was make your training schedule a week in advance. Open up your day timer, a week at a glance, whatever format you use, and write down when the next 7 workouts are going to be. But the main thing is just to reserve that time slot. A lot of it's about time management. Third one is when you do that, write train. Don't just draw a line through a couple of hours and leave it open as to what you might do. You might end up at the beach, you might end up at Starbucks, right? Train at XYZ, whatever the name of your gym is. Or another one is maybe schedule a phone call for before and or after. Call whoever you're making yourself accountable to. Call your wife, your girlfriend. Say, hey, baby, coming home from the gym. Do you need anything from the store? Or I'm headed out to the gym. See you in an hour. Make sure at least somebody in your life knows what you're doing and can kind of help you hold yourself accountable. No media until you train. No TV, no computers, no Dick Tracy wrist radio, no iPhone until you're done training for the day.
Well, those are all very good advice. What I'm more along the lines thinking about is you have a friend. Your friend doesn't know what to do, so he's gotten a training partner who's at his level, which is to say, Bob and Jim are both getting off the couch together. Mm-hmm. They go to the gym and they're just looking at things. They get that the weights are to be picked up and put down. They get that the machines do certain motions. Mm-hmm. They don't know what to do. So, like, for example, I've gotten off the couch. I've returned to lifting. But instead of doing what I was doing, which was kind of a little bit more focused on individual body parts, I did a whole body. But the weights were light. I wasn't pushing. I was not trying to stress myself to the point where I would think that I would get maximal growth. I was just trying to get a vigorous degree of exercise.
Sure.
But Bob and Jim have no idea how to do that. How do we start Bob and Jim off? Well, what can they do? They can't run, and they certainly aren't going to be doing supersets.
So I think the first thing you do is the thing that we've touched on, which is establish your bottom line. Failing all else, what are you going to do? If you're just like, God, I don't know what to do. I don't even want to do it. If I did know what I want to do, what can you force yourself to do no matter how bad it's gotten? And for most people, that's walking.
So basically, to start, find yourself your cardio element, be it walking. If you're on the heavier side, walking is a good place to start. It's our primary physical function. You can really build up your walking and get a lot of result from it. And from there, once you started walking, then you can start picking up the pace. You don't ever need to run. You never need to put your body through that. Though if you want to, you can. But if you just up the pace of your walking, you can get quite a vigorous workout from it.
Yeah.
And from there, you can start pursuing more vigorous forms of cardio.
If you use a strategy to get yourself off the couch and out the door, then equip yourself with 5 movements, 4 or 5 different rep schemes, And a bonus would be someone to do it with. And you're pretty much good to go.
So as Randy said, a good starter routine, find yourself about 5 exercises. You don't even have to have any equipment. You could get yourself a good workout just simply doing air squats, push-ups, dips, crunches, and back extensions. Those 5, do 3 to 5 sets of them, or go through a rep routine like a 10 rep down to 1 or a 1 rep up to 10. The 10 rep down to 1 kind of feels easier to me because you're doing less work as time goes on as opposed to more.
Descending's always better.
Descending's always better. But if you just start there, if you could commit to that.
I'd say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do your workout, and all the other days walk.
No matter what, as long as you get started, you've drawn your line in the sand. And then you can move forward from that. So this week, the goal remains the same. I plan to work out 3 times during this week. I plan to get those 3-mile walks in. And I plan to get over the creeping crud that has found its way into my lungs and is just having a grand old party in my chest.
A crowd can't whoop you, Bruce. You can beat the crud.
I can beat the crud. I've beaten it before. I'll beat it again.
Yes, you can.
Beating crud is what I do. I want to cry. So, Randy, where can we find you when we're not finding you here?
I write under the name Scrotus the Wise on medium.com. And there's a pertinent article called Training Through the Pandemic that you can access there if you're interested in some specifics.
You can find the Fittest Fat Kid at all the socials. Find us on Instagram at Fittest Fat Kid. Find us on Facebook at Fittest Fat Kid. Find us on TikTok at Fittest Fat Kid. Find us on Twitter at Fittest Fat Kid. Some point in the near future, you can find us on the web at www.fittestfatkid.com. And as always, you can email us at hithere@fittestfatkid.com. So, for Mikey's ear, for Uncle Coach Randy, and for myself, have a good week. Hold yourself accountable, but do it with kindness and understanding. And we'll see you next week. Take care.
See you later, guys.